All right, we are back for our Running the Devils franchise hockey manager 8 simulation. We are general managing the New Jersey Devils. We are in the 2021-2022 season, and we are about to kick off the month of January 2022. We wrapped up our 2021 portion of the schedule with a 23-10-2 record, good for second in the Eastern Conference. We are tied with the Washington Capitals, who is our next opponent. So the battle for first is on. If you've been following along, you'll know that I have not made any, if any, changes to the roster from real life. We've made some call-ups, made some different changes. We've called up our top prospect, Alexander Holtz. He's been doing pretty well. We just got Jesper Bratt back from injury, and he hasn't played a game since November, and it's now January 1st, so a 2-month hiatus for him, but he's about ready to return. So shocking that we're here. We've mentioned that. And we've also mentioned that it's kind of shocking that Tampa Bay is doing as poorly as they are, the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions, at the bottom of the barrel in the East. But regardless, we're going to continue on and see if we can keep the success train rolling in New Jersey. We've been getting stellar goaltending. You see on the right side of the screen when you see the red, that's our goaltenders. On the left is the points and goals and assists. We don't have anybody up there. We had Hughes and Tatar up there for a little bit, but we've been getting some depth scoring lately, so points are coming from others. Let's take a look. We've got forward confidence update. And yeah, I agree too. A great success so far. The team is in outstanding shape. We went 9-3-1 in December, and the owner Josh Harris is satisfied with my work. Ryan Graves is almost ready to come back, and my scout thinks Shane Wright is going #1 overall, which I think he's the consensus #1 pick in real life, so that makes sense. All right, so here we go. We're getting ready for a game against the number 1 team in the East, the Washington Capitals. We've moved, or Lindy Ruff has moved Alex Holtz down to the 3rd line, moved Sharangovich up. Bratt goes to the top line, that's what it was. Bratt's return goes up to the top line with Jack Hughes, which I think could work. A lot of counterattacking forwards that Ruff is putting on our team, but we'll see how that works against the Washington Capitals as we go to Bernier in the net against Samsonov. Here we go. The battle of first is underway. And Washington in the zone score. Washington with the early 1-0 lead. Anthony Mantha puts them up by 1. Here come the Capitals. I think that was Ovechkin from his spot. We're in the circle, his 20th of the season. It's 2-0 Washington. Devils take a penalty. They kill it off. Uh-oh, it's icing. And the Devils score off the icing face-off. Andreas Johnson is 6th. And a late penalty by Johnson, and we'll have to kill it off to start the second, and we do. Down by 1 as Oshie comes in, takes a shot. It's going to be a face-off. And the Caps will score off the ensuing face-off. Anthony Mantha, his 2nd of the game, and it's 3-1. Major injury for Tom Wilson. And play in front of the Caps net as the Devils put it home at 1:34 left. Tyce Thompson's first. And DeLeo gets his first assist there. So a minor league line there. And you look at our team is having a rough game defensively. Caps don't have a lot going. Maybe they're just feeling each other out still. A little nervous. 2 good teams. Weird saying that we're a good team, but we are. Another injury for the Capitals. Dmitry Orlov goes down. Caps are short 2 players. Devils take a penalty. Devils kill it off. Can we get the tying goal? Cannot. So We go toe-to-toe with them, although you're going to see the shots here in just a moment. We got hammered in the shot department, 45-19. So we got severely outplayed, but on the scoreboard, only down 3-2. Ty Smith had a bag. So I saw those red, and we still have some red there. Holt's not so good in the D zone. Johnson, Ty Smith. But overall, we do have a lot of greens. Only 170, and that's the tar. But then we have Jonathan Bernier, who is outstanding. Gave us a chance in that game, so kudos to him. But we don't get the job done. Capitals establish themselves as the team in the East with a 3-2 win. Now another tough test, the Boston Bruins, who are 21-11-2. That'll be a game coming up. Okay, another trade. Eric Johnson and Andrew Cogliano for Zemgus Girgensson and Johnny Boychuk. Interesting little trade there. Okay. Continue on as we get to our next game with the Boston Bruins, who are the Atlantic leading team. Detroit having a pretty good year. They're up in second. Ryan Graves on the brink of returning. And here we go. Some line changes. Now Ruff has moved Sharangovich to the top line, moved Bratt down to play with Heischer. And Holtz is getting the day off. Bernier back in the net against Jeremy Swayman. And we go to TD Bankgarden. Off the face-off. Boston right into the zone and scores 31 seconds into the game. Pasternak. Devils go on a power play. Boston kills it off. Devils take a penalty. And Boston will score on the power play. It is 2-0. Uh-oh. Boston's going to make it 3-0 in the first. So we're looking like we cannot play with some of these. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I mean, well, we did get dominated in shots by the Capitals. But we're being exposed a little bit by some of the top teams in the East right now. So a good second period where no team scored. I mean, good in the sense that we didn't give up anymore. The lead didn't get worse. Looks like Boston's content at just holding it here, and they do, so we get shut out. Shots 32 for Boston, 20 for New Jersey. So again, we get beat pretty good in the shot department. Some more red. By Smith bounced back. Subban had a step back. Tatar had a weaker game. Hughes did not have one of his better games. Jesper Bratt, not so good. So hasn't been all good for him. And Bernier, 74, still a 906. Doing what he can. When you don't score, though, it's hard to blame the goalie. So we dropped the first two in January, and we have a home series with the 14-21 Blue Jackets coming up to try to right this ship after playing two really good hockey teams, two division-leading teams. Ryan Graves is now ready to go. That's got 500 assists. We drop to third in the division now, with the Rangers right behind by a point. Another trade, Stefan Matteau, a former draft pick of ours, goes for Tage Thompson. Yes, the brother of Tice. I believe they're brothers. I know they are related. Gotta be brothers. Anyway, here we go. We're gonna get our home and homes with the Blue Jackets started. We are home first at Prudential Center. Holtz draws back into the lineup, so that's good to see. And Ryan Graves is coming back into the lineup as well. Merzlikins versus Bernier. Bernier getting a bulk of the starts for us. But here come the Blue Jackets early on, and they score. 3 minutes and 50 seconds in. 1-0 Columbus. Devils coming, trying to answer. Miles Wood takes it in and shoots it far side for the goal. Tie the game at 1. Sharangovich's 19th assist. But the Blue Jackets answer almost right away. And just like that, it's back to a 1-goal lead for Columbus. 2-1 after 1. Devils once again trying to answer. Tatar takes the shot and beats Merzlikins for the goal to tie the game at 2. And there's the 20th assist for Sharangovich, and Hughes is now 1 away from his 20th assist. Devils get a power play, and they take a penalty. And on the 4-on-4 situation, Voracek's going to score, put Columbus up by 1. So we get a power play, and then we take a penalty in the offensive zone and give it back. That's rough. And the Blue Jackets will score to go up by 2. So we are in a little bit of trouble right now. Luke Rukowski's first of the season. It's 4-2. Devils trying to answer. They do. Jack Hughes scores his 16th. So it's a 4-3 game right at the end of the second. We get a power play. That is a major injury for Columbus. Devils take a penalty on major. Oof, Patrick Laine. That's a tough injury for Columbus. Time winding down. Devils get a power play. And then Heischer ruins the power play again. That's twice. But the Devils come in late with 2:38 to play and tie the game at 4. That's big. Sharangovich's 4th, and there's Hughes' 20th assist and Tatar's 10th. Oh, but wait. Oh, I thought it was going to be a Columbus goal. Here come the Devils. McLeod! With 48 seconds to go. Puts it up 5-4, and the Devils take the 2 points. Columbus gets nothing out of the game. Wild, wild finish there. I'll take it. We needed it to stop the losing skid. We got some... Wow, Graves, first game back, so we'll cut him some slack there, but that's a brutal game back. Siegenthaler, we know, is never going to really give us that offensive game, but that defense is still basically where we need it to be. Subban, that's 2 rough games in a row for him. DeLeo, might be time for him to go back to the minors, I don't know. Holtz struggling on defense. Jesper Bratt still trying to get his bearings too. So he's going to give us offense. And Bernier had a not so good game. He got a game rating of a 50 as he stops 20 of 24, but he does get the win. Wonder if Ruff turns to Mackenzie Blackwood in the second game of the home and home. Other trade deals are being made. Brandon Baddock or Cale Fleur. I'm pretty sure Baddock was a former Devil prospect too. So former names seen being moved around, and Artemi Panarin is out 2 months after suffering a fractured finger while being hit with a shot. That's tough for the Rangers. He is a big part of their team, and the Rangers are right in the thick of this hunt right here. Look at this now. Pittsburgh goes on top. It's a 3-way tie in the East. All of these teams in the Metro. Then you got the Rangers, who are in the Metro, who are 3 points behind. Boston's in the mix for the top spots in the East. So it's a log jam right here from 1 to 6 in the East. 5 points separating the top 6 teams. So we gotta keep trying to get these points if we want to stay in that fight. Getting a big win over Columbus, who is the bottom team in the Metro. You gotta get those wins against teams like that to have a chance. And let's see, so do they turn to Blackwood? No, they do not. Columbus changes their goalie to go to Corpusalo. So now we go to their rink, Nationwide Arena. Devils get a power play. It's killed off. We get a second power play, and we take a penalty right after. Is this going to be the second time? We can't keep doing that. We get a power play and we take a penalty to give it up. But we do get back on the board as Heischer scores. I think on a deflection off the Jesper Bratt shot, so his first point back from injury to tie the game at 1. So 2 4-on-4 goals scored there. Oh. Oh, the start of the second. Blue Jackets come in and score. Roslovic is 10th. It's 2-1 Columbus. Columbus trying to go up by 2, and they do. Danforth's 5th. Makes it 3-1. We get a power play. And once again, we take a penalty to lose that power play. That's crazy. Smith to the box. Now they take a penalty to negate their power play. Thompson comes in, and he scores. So with 10 minutes to play, the lead is down to... Oh, Mercer scored. 3-2. Do we have enough to tie? Get a power play late. Doesn't do it, so we drop 2 points to the bottom team in the Metro. That one hurts. We have been not playing well. We really haven't. Graves did not do well. Severson did not do well. Bernier put up a 79, 32 of 35. We did get 41, so Corpusalo, I guess, stole that one for them. 39 of 41. Got a 100 game rating. So, I guess you ran into a hot goalie some nights. Although, you know, losing to Washington and Boston, and then almost losing that first one to Columbus. That one was a good thing we got that one, because that would have really hurt. We would have dropped 4 straight. So we are 1-3 to start January. We're in a little bit of a rut here, but we have a game against Tampa Bay coming up, who has been struggling, but you know their roster. I'm still a little, I guess you could call it nervous to play Tampa Bay, even though they're struggling. You know what they can do. So we'll see what happens as Holtz gets the day off. BC draws in. See how this goes. We go back to Bernier again. Getting a little frustrated. I'd like to see Blackwood play, but Indy Ruff thinks otherwise. So we're at the Rock, taking on the Lightning, and the Lightning get a power play. And our penalty kill is a little bit of a hazard too lately. Lightning go up 1, we take another penalty, we kill that one off. We get a power play, we don't do anything with it. So the first ends. We got outshot 15-5. Bad first period. So our January woes continuing. And after 2 periods, we come back in that period of shots. We're only down by 6 shots. It's 25-19. But we can't tie it. We take a penalty. We kill it off. Here come the Devils. And it's going to be Dawson Mercer who's going to even the game at 1 with 8:49 left to play. But the Lightning come in. It's Kucherov to Sorelli. Back to Kucherov, who will score late in the game with 3:46 to go. We get a power play. We do nothing with it. We drop another game. We are definitely struggling right now. And, I mean, performances are okay. There's nothing really standing out as miserable. I mean, the defense could be, but we're really getting decent. We need some of our goal scorers to get going. Vasilevsky gets a 98, so that's another great goaltending performance, but it's, no, we're just struggling a little bit. Boquist is now ready to be a left winger. Converted. That's good, because I don't think we had a spot for him at center. Oh, good thing we got to the good start in 2021. We are now down to 4th in the Metro as the Rangers pass us. What did Connor McDavid do? 4 assists. Fizzle. Ouch, 5 months. That's a long time. So our next game will be against the New York Islanders as we try to right this ship. Pavel Zacha primed to return. So I guess we will have to call him or get him back from the injured list. Grimaldi or Goligoski and Ben. Alright, let's take a look at our roster and the injured report. Zacha is coming back. No. Not Utica, my bad. Yeah, to active roster. So, who's it time to say goodbye to? I think we're gonna say goodbye to Age. Although, he gave me 170 a game there. What has DeLeo done? He hasn't given me a 70. I think we're gonna send him down. We'll put DeLeo on waivers. These. So Zacha's gonna come back. We'll see what happens if DeLeo gets to Utica, or if he gets picked up as we drop to 5th in the standings as the Hurricanes now make their move. Now we're 6th in the East. Marner's on fire. Let's see. So Zacha comes back into the lineup. Holtz comes into the lineup. And we will see how this plays out as we go to Bernier again. And we take a penalty, unsportsmanlike by Brad. That's not good, but we kill it off. And chaos in front as Hamilton ended up down low, and he scores his 9th of the season to put New Jersey up by 1. And late in the first, Devils will make it 2 on a goal from Michael McLeod as Hughes gets his 21st assist and Subban gets his 13th. So 2-0 after 1. Another unsportsmanlike call. That one on Ty Smith, but we kill it off. Severson into the zone to Hughes to Smith to Heischer, who scores. And it is 3-0. Devils back into the zone. They score. And that was Dawson Mercer in front. Gets his 10th of the season in his rookie year. And the Devils continued to pressure and score again. So starting to wake up a little bit here. Jack Hughes is 17th. 5-0 after 2. Devils take a penalty. New York takes a penalty. New York takes another penalty. And on the power play, Devils will convert to make it 6-0 as Heischer gets his 11th. Devils take another unsportsmanlike. This game is a little chippy. Another unsportsmanlike. And Heischer comes in. He hands it over to Smith, who puts it home, and the extra point is good. 7-0. And that is it. So we rout the New York Islanders 7-0 to show that we're not done yet with this season, that there's still life in this team. The shots are about equal, 33-32, but this time the goaltending was not going to bail out our opponents, not by any chance. Kind of surprised that Heischer, the stars need, I think, to be fixed a little bit. Heischer had a goal, a second goal, and an assist, 2 goals and an assist. So while these guys did, Ty Smith, I get, Hughes had a nice game, but Heischer 2 goals and an assist. Oof. Look at all the red on the Islanders. So it was good to run into them, and we had a very good game for the most part. Not much to dislike there. When you see blue and green for the first 6 on the defensive side, and then you see blue and green on the offensive side down the bottom for your forward, that's pretty good. And then when you get some blues 2 and green on your forwards playing defense, playing two-way games, that's good. Bernier with 100 game rating, so he gets a good game after taking some tough luck losses against some really streaky goalies. Mitch Marner's on fire. So we get a win. Kokanen is coming. Oh, the Rangers who lost Panarin now lose Adam Fox. And Kokanen is not quite back for game shape, but improving. And now it says Kokanen ready already. He's probably ready to start play. Elski may retire. 37. It might be his last season. So we play Montreal, who's not having a great year. They're 14th in the East. It's one of those games that you want to make sure you win if you're in a playoff battle. And yet again, like every game this month, Bernier will be the starting goalie. The Bell Center. Halfway through the first, another what is with the unsportsmanlike penalties. And now Ty Smith takes a bench minor. Goodness, these penalties. But nothing after one. Here come the Devils. It's Nico Hischier. Captain Hischier scores. From Smith and Holtz. His 12th of the season makes it 1-0. Montreal on the penalty kill, so the Devils power play. And they score. That's good to see. Jesper Bratt, his third. He missed 2 months of the year, so it's normal to see that number so low right now. Here comes Montreal trying to make it a game. And they do. It's 2-1 with 6:24 to play. And right after that, less than a minute, Montreal's going to put in a rebound, and it's tied at 2. So, we fall asleep at the wheel there a little bit. And then to start the third period right out of the gates. 20 seconds into the third. 3 unanswered for Montreal. Devils take a penalty. Montreal takes a penalty. And the Devils score. I know it says power play on top, but nobody was in the box there. So Severson will put it home to reestablish the lead. And Jack Hughes finds himself in all alone, and that's dangerous for Montreal. So Hughes gets his 18th to put him up 5-3, but Montreal's not done yet. Still lots of time to go in this third period. It's 5-4. Mike Hoffman puts it home. Montreal takes a penalty, and Nico Hischier cancels it out yet again. Hischier's had trouble with that, taking penalties on our power plays, but Subban rips it home against his former team. And off a face-off, it is a goal. Who got that? Jesper Bratt, his second. Another game with an extra point. We just came off that 7-0 win against the Islanders. Get 7 again today. We're going to get 8 here. Andreas Johnson, it's 8-4. Icing is called on Montreal, and the Devils are going to make it 9-4. Jesper Bratt picks up a hat trick, so welcome back, Bratt. That's his first statement game back from injury. 9-4. 16 goals in our last 2 games. Bratt with a 6-point night. Look at the shots in this one. 58-49, not a soul played defense. If you look at the the defensive stats, it's red everywhere on both teams. Everybody was focused on the offensive side of the puck. Started 100 game rating on offense with 4 assists. Right at a 95. I don't know how you only get a 95 when you have a 6-point day. But Bernier gets a 95 game rating as he faced 49 shots and stopped 45 of them. And Montreal changed their goaltenders out there towards the end after Allen gave up 7. They put Primo in, he gave up 2 more. Look at the shots by period, 13-14. And we had 23 in the second to Montreal's 11. And then we had another 22, but we gave up 24. So there were 46 shots in the third period. My word, nobody played any defense there. Yeah, good night for Jesper Bratt. 3 goals and 3 assists. Yeah, I'd say that that's a good game. I'm not sure I could play much better than I did tonight, but I'm going to try to at least repeat the performance. Good thing. And Tatar had a brilliant night. He also had a 4-point night. So things you like to see. We needed that one. Again, you got to win those games against those teams near the bottom. We said we were in a little bit of a rut for January. 16 goals in 2 games. Might get you out of it. Look at the Metro. The top 4 separated by a point, a single point. And look who we're going up against, Mitch Marner. 9 straight games with an assist, and we get to see if we can stop that. We'll still give Quoken a night off. Our team is doing well. We've got goals. Why mess with it? Get to 100%, and then we'll get you in. Time to return. So he is ready to go. So I guess we're gonna have to call him up. That might be the end of Tice Thompson. I think it is. He's done fairly well for us, but now that we got Cloakinen back, this makes sense. We'll see. They're gonna put Cloakinen on that 4th line. And Holtz is not in the lineup though, so it is what it is. But if he doesn't get in the lineup, we're gonna have to send him down to the minor so he can get some playing time. We don't want to stunt his growth. Bernier again. So again, we're gonna try to stop Mitch Marner's assist streak at 9 games. He's been on an absolute tear. Here comes Marner. I think he's about to get up. They made a line change. That was Kerfoot. Guy who spurned the Devils, yep. One of those college players that said he wasn't going to sign. And John Tavares puts the Leafs up 2 unassisted goals for Toronto. The first period comes to an end. Bernier, not a good period. He gets a 46 rating. We outshoot the Leafs 11-9. They are up 2. Brattini takes a penalty and then we cancel it out. That's what we do. Here come the Devils. Right off of his 6-point game is going to score. He continues his stellar play. 2-1. Devils power play killed off. 3rd period. It's Blackwell in for Toronto. He scores. From Morgan Riley. Blackwell's first of the season. It's 3-1. We get a power play. We do nothing with it. As time winds down. The empty net. And the Leafs will cash it in. Brody will score. We're going to stop Marner's streak. But we lose the game. I'd rather Marner keep the streak if it meant we win the game, but we lose the game. And that's that. Let's take a look here. Very pedestrian game. A lot of orange, some red. So not a great game for us. Bernier 2 is 68 rating. We're just not playing well, and Marner's streak ended there. So we stopped that at 9 games. What a shame. That's the only thing we did right in the game. Focus too much on Marner than actually playing the game. Uh-oh. Sidney Crosby. Doesn't say how long he's going to be out. 2 to 3 weeks. Tough one for the Penguins, who are right in this battle here. As we are now midway through the month of January. Continuing along. Andrew Burnett is worried about his future as head coach of the Panthers. Should he be? Florida is 11th in the East. In real life, they're a President's Trophy team, so I guess they're struggling. And speaking of struggling, we've got the Coyotes coming in, who are 15, 23, and 4. So this is another one of these games that we really want to have if we want to can move up, especially with teams coming now within 10 points. Can't afford to keep dropping games if you want to make the playoffs. So, big game, Bernier again. Blackwood must have done something that made Ruff mad. And here come the Devils. Sharon Govich in alone. Save. Face-off off the face-off. Dougie Hamilton will score. Is that a shorthanded goal? Sure looks like it. Hamilton's 10th. Puts the Devils up 1. Arizona goes to the box. They go to the box again. There were a lot of penalties called there. First period ends 1-0 New Jersey. Arizona penalty. Killed off. Nico Hischier behind the net comes around and tucks it in. Hischier finds a way to put the Devils up by 2. With 3:33 to play in the second. And now an Arizona power play. As you'll see a penalty call right there, and off the face-off, Arizona will convert on the power play. Galchenyuk makes it 2-1. The lead's cut to half as we enter the third period. Devils power play, do nothing with it. Devils take a penalty, and again on the Arizona power play, they're going to score, so our penalty kill is letting us down tonight. Galchenyuk has got 2 power play goals, tie the game at 2. Major injury for Arizona. Here comes Tatar, trying to re-establish the lead for the Devils. And the Devils do get it back, as Hischier gets his 14th. And the Devils get their 2-goal lead back, as Severson finds a way to get it home for his 5th of the season. Time winding down, and that will do it here from Prudential Center as the Devils get back in the win column with a 4-2 victory. Lots of penalties there. Pretty good game on the defensive side of things as we try to help Bernier out as Bernier throws a 67 game rating. So, I mean, if I was the coach, I'd be at that time where it's like, all right, Bernier's played enough, and he hasn't been excellent. He's had some good games in January. I'm not going to say he hasn't, but you want 2 goalies. I'm a little frustrated as the GM looking at the coaching decisions and saying, why are you continuously running this guy out? When was the last time that Blackwood has played? He hasn't played since the last game in December, on New Year's Eve, December 31st. He's got no heat. Bernier has all of it. Bernier's the hot goalie. I mean, because he's the only one who's played, but he's never going to get heat if you don't play him. So, anything there that I need? Mid-season draft rankings. We know that Shane Wright's going to be there. So another big game against Carolina now. Carolina is one of those teams that is fighting for the top of the East. We have to see. It's a benchmark game. They're now the top of the Metro. A lot of news has come in. So goal streaks, memorable games. Forward check out his thousandths. He's going to get the silver stick. So lots of really good games. Eric Gustafson's on the block. We don't really. So, Carolina, top team in the Metro. Big game here to see if we belong. Holt's back into the lineup. Bernier back in the net. And we are underway from Prudential Center. As in the first minute of play, the Devils will score. 1-0 New Jersey. But within a few minutes, Carolina is going to even the score. Jordan Stahl's 6th, and now Carolina threatening to go up by 1, and they do. Vincent Trocheck puts the Hurricanes up 2-1. And the Devils get a power play, and it will carry over into the second period, in which they score. Looks like they had even strength, though. But he sure gets his 15th, Tatar's 20th assist, Brat's 10th assist. So, a minute into the second, the game is tied at 2. We get a power play. We don't score. Mercer to Tatar, to Holtz, to Tatar, in front. I think Subban blasted home. He does. Holtz picks up his 8th, so he's getting going. He's getting points. Good to see. And we get a 3-2 lead to take it to the third period. Take a penalty. Carolina cannot score on it. As we enter the final minute of play, and we take a penalty at the very end of the game, but it doesn't matter as we do get the 2 points. We beat the Hurricanes 3-2. That's a big game. Full house. Fans wanted to see how we match up with the Hurricanes, and despite some poor defensive performances, we do get the job done as Bernier stops 41 of 43. We get outshot 43-21. So much like that Capitals game where we got heavily outplayed by a team that's up in the standings, our goaltender bailed us out. Maybe it was the right choice by Lindy Ruff. I know I've been complaining. I do want to see Blackwood still, but maybe that one was the right choice for Bernier as he steals that one against Carolina. Now you have to wonder too, like, in the playoffs, you can't really expect to play like that. 40 shots to 20 and expect to win a 7-game series, but I don't know. Former Devil Taylor Hall gets the Texas hat trick, 4 goals. And a trade has been announced, a second for Ollie Eriksson Ek, the goalie. And we have a game against the Kings. The Kings are doing pretty well, 25-15-4. As we hit January 23rd. Holtz back out of the lineup. Wood comes in. And here we are. Mackenzie Blackwood's going to get a start. Is he going to let me down? I mean, he hasn't played in forever, so would it really be his fault? I don't know. Am I looking for excuses? Maybe. I just feel bad for him. He should get in. And the Kings are going to come in. And they will score. So, 1-0 Kings. Devils looking to tie the game as the puck goes behind the net. And McLeod finds it and puts it in. It's 5th. Ties the game at 1. The first period comes to an end. Blackwood in the red. He only faced 5 shots and gave up a goal on one of them. Devils take a penalty. Devils kill it off. And all of a sudden now Blackwood in the blue. So good to see. A sharp second period for him. Puck goes all the way down in the Devils' zone. It's an icing call as the Devils pick it up off the faceoff and they score. Tomas Tatar, his 17th. It's good to see him get a goal again. We go up by 1. Late in the game. Empty net. VC crosses the line, hands to Mercer, who tucks it into the empty net. And it is 3-1, and the Devils do take this one and get the 2 points against a decent Kings team. Not much going on here. Great defensive game. Graves said, "Don't worry, Blackwood, I'll help you out." And so did some of our defensemen. Blackwood gets an 86 game rating with a 962 save percentage, so good for him. We needed to see that. I've been waiting to see him play this month. He finally got his game and he made it count. Started off with a rough first period. He needed to get back in the swing of things, but he did. And we are now up to second in the East again and top of the Metro. Trade has been announced. Kempe to the Islanders for a second. And Florida do fire their coach, Andrew Burnett, and hire Guy Boucher. Wasn't Boucher? He was the Tampa Bay coach, wasn't he? On the show. Oh, it says Senators. I thought he worked for the Lightning. Maybe not. I do know that he was definitely the Senators coach. So we have a game coming up against the Dallas Stars. Now we have another Peter DeBoer's on the chopping block, potentially. He's on the hot seat with Vegas. Another star injury. Kaprizov out for 2 months. That's a bummer for them. The Stars going down. Capitals tied with us in points as they jump back ahead. With the regulation overtime wins, Holtz back into the lineup. Wood moves to the left side. Jaro straws into the lineup here today. And in goal, we go back to Bernier. Back at home against Dallas. And in the first 5 minutes of the game, Dallas will score. Stars up 1-0. Sagan. Bad turnover. Off the face-off. Stars put it home. Jamie Benn. Devils take a penalty to kill it off. Devils take a penalty to kill it off. Here comes Mercer. Across the line. Nope, it's offsides. Bratt into the zone. And it goes to Subban, who rips it home. His 8th of the season, cut the lead to 1. Devils power play. Ruined by a penalty of our own. Dallas takes a power play into the second. They ruin it with a penalty of their own. And we're halfway through the game. Dallas leading 2-1. Devils get a power play. No, it was 4-on-4, but here comes Jesper Bratt. Bratt into the zone. Takes a shot and scores. His 7th of the season unassisted goal. It is 2-2. Dallas turned it over in their zone, and the Devils make them pay. As Mercer gets his 12th from Kokanen and Sharangovich, 23 assists. Third period to start. New Jersey up by 1. But Dallas, here comes Radulov, can't get the puck off of his stick. Dallas scores. Ties the game at 3. Joel Hanley. Halfway through the third. Time winding down. Late in the third. Severson in front, and was it tipped? Was it a pass in front? Kokanen gets his 3rd with 42 seconds to go, and that does it. A late period, a late game goal by Kokanen at 19:18 gives the Devils the win. So we had some struggles in the game, but once again we find a way to get it done. And Blackwood gives us a 75 rating, a 29 save, 32 shot performance, 906. Jason Robertson. Oh, there was one of those guys that has a streak, and his streak continued against us, but we got the win, so I'm okay with it. Like I said in that Toronto one, we would have let Marner score or get that assist, but we get the win. I would have been fine with it. Don't look now. Tampa Bay is starting to get some traction there now. They're trying to get back to 500, and they've moved up to 12th. They still got some work to do, but Tampa Bay is not ready to go away. And we have to play Tampa Bay. We're going to try to put a dent in their chances in their little comeback here, but it's Tampa Bay. Boston gets a suspension, 3 games. And we are playing Tampa Bay. We have 2 more games left in the month of January, Tampa Bay and Carolina. We'll see how they go. Bernier, Vasilevsky lost the last one 2-1. Do we get revenge? Tampa Bay doesn't want us to have it. Tampa Bay's trying to make a push for the playoffs, and they score. Kucherov, his 23rd of the season. 1-0 Tampa. And that is how the first will end, as the Devils manage to get 1. That's right, 1 shot on goal. 10 shots to 1. Couldn't go any worse for us in that period. Tampa Bay obviously playing some of their best hockey, it sounds like, this season right now. We managed to get 9 shots that period. They had 7, so we outshoot them in that period, but nobody was able to score. We enter the third period. Our power play lets us down. Our power play lets us down again. And we take a penalty, and it's going to end up... No, it's not. I thought it was going to end up in our net. It was a 4-on-4 situation. Sharangovich is going to score to tie the game at 1. Now here comes Tampa Bay, though. Bogosian rips it from high in the zone. his first of the season, and then he takes a penalty, and the Devils take a penalty. And here comes Tampa Bay on power play, it looked like. Bogosian's second. So he doesn't score all year. He gets 2 here. And Tampa Bay is going to put in the empty net. And they are on a path to success as they pick up another 2 points. We drop the game 4-1. I told you, I'm not comfortable playing Tampa Bay. I know they've been struggling, but they are coming. They are coming. Don't be surprised. And then what's scary is they can make it in one of those bottom spots, and boy, oh boy, they would be tough to beat. Clearly, giving us a tough time. And now Edmonton's threatening their coach as we approach our final game of the month against Carolina. Another big match atop the Metro, as we are tied with Carolina in points heading into this game, this final game of the month. They're trying to shop. He's 23 years old, but not quite exactly lighting up the AHL. Alright, so here we go. Final game of the month. Devils, Hurricanes, Bernier. So Blackwood only gets the 1 start in the entire month. The Hurricanes have won their 2 games in a row. Devils have lost their last game. Peter Ryder 1 point away from 350. Rat 1 away from 150. Here we go. Final game. And very early on, Carolina goes up by 1. 29 seconds in. And it is 1-0 Carolina. Here comes Dawson Mercer on his rookie year. Rips it home. By the game halfway through the first period, is 13th. And then we're going to have something right off of the ensuing faceoff. It's New Jersey coming in. Wood comes in and scores. So Carolina caught sleeping a little bit there. 2-1 New Jersey like that. But Carolina not ready to go away. Ties the game at 2 with 2:28 to go in the first. I think it's, yeah, he's Natchez. I think that's how you say that name. And he's got 2 in this game. It's 2-2. Devils take a penalty. They kill it off. Hurricanes take a penalty. Nothing doing. Devils take a penalty. Nothing doing. But here come the Hurricanes shortly thereafter. Off a face-off. Ripped into the back of the net. Max LaJoie. We give up a lot of goals to guys who haven't got a lot of them, I've noticed, this month. And now the Hurricanes trying to go up to face-off. Another face-off goal. There's another guy with very few goals. 4-2, Carolina. And we're getting into penalty trouble here. And a goal for Carolina. It is 5-2. And we get a power play. Here comes Jack Hughes, so he scores. Meaningless goal, it looks like, with 1:41 to go. We pull the goalie down 2. Carolina's going to make it 6-3, and that's going to ice the game. So we're going to drop this one to Carolina. And we get severely outplayed. 52 shots at 21. So that's the second straight game that we've been hammered by Carolina in shots. This time our goalie doesn't bail us out. And Reds basically ever Siegenthaler. That's just a terrible. So we rely on him for defense. Wasn't there for him today. Severson, just not there. And then our forwards just didn't help us out in the back end. Whereas Carolina did very well. Bernier, gave what he could. 91 rating, 51 shots, made 46 saves, but we did absolutely nothing to help him. So that's going to put an end to the month of January. Not our best month, probably our worst month so far, but we're still right in the thick of things in the Metro and the Eastern Conference. So even when we're not playing our best, and we had some tough opponents this month, we're still solidly doing well. So take a look at our news. Our scouting update. Robertson just continues. Oh, he just ended his streak. Benajad had a 4-assist night. Sorry, 4-goal night. Big night for the Rangers as they needed it to beat the Kraken 5-4. Chuck did well with a hat trick. And a 5-game suspension for Mario Ferraro. Excuse me. And we will get up into February. As we continue to roll along in our first season. Top selling jerseys. Blackwood's still a top. Bernier, I think, moves up. I think Subban was second. Development report. Let's see how our guys are doing. Anybody of note? Luke Hughes, that's good stamina. Oltz picks up his defensive play. Hughes picked up his aggression. McLeod, leadership. Mercer, his leadership. It's a 3-star. Zach is professionalism. Mohamedoulan is a potential good defenseman for us down the road. Getting a little bit better. And then we had one player in Utica who's going a little bit backwards, not developing, but for the most part, everybody not great improvement in some of the attributes you'd like to see, but it's positive, so that's good. So the top selling jerseys, Bruins jerseys are selling like hotcakes atop the NHL. And Pasternak was the player of the month. And Lankinen, interesting, the goalie of the month for Chicago. Our monthly budget. I'm going to boost up team morale. Because it was a rough month, let's spend some money on them. I don't think we need to boost the game promotions. We have fans coming in, we're selling out, so that would be just a waste. Scouting, I think, we've got it pretty good. So we're gonna just stop it there. Take a look at the NHL standings. Take a look at the wild card and how that's shaping up. We are in the top 3 in the Metro. We're not in the wild card, but we're only 2 points to the good over the Rangers and Capitals. And then it's the Flyers who are trying to get in, so we're still not solidly in the playoffs by any stretch. We can have another bad month and we'll be bounced out. So February is going to be interesting because February is the trade deadline. We have to decide if we're improving this team, if we're selling, if we're just going to stay where we are. Are we going for it this year? I don't know after that month. I feel like we could have another rough month where we just start losing games. And then you saw us against some of those good teams like Washington, Carolina, and Boston even. We got outplayed big time. And Tampa Bay, who's trying to get going. You know, they're going to be fighting for, I think they'll be fighting for a spot soon enough. So, I don't know. Take a look at our player stats. So Hughes, remember he was at a point a game, slowed down a little bit. 43 points, though he's still leading the team. Tatar, 39 points in 48 games. Escher has got 35. I think he stepped it up a little bit lately. Pretty sure he's had quite a few points. Oh, no, his last 4 have been quiet, but he had 3 goals in those 2 games, and then he had a 3-point game, 3-point game. So in January, he had a pretty decent month. Just been a little quiet lately. As for Hughes, I think he had a quieter month too. He had a goal in his last game, nothing, at a point, nothing, a point, nothing, 2 points, 2 points, nothing, 3 points. Oh, maybe not a terrible month for Hughes, but if you look here, like Hughes had some streaks where he was just seemingly unstoppable. But played a lot of games. 49 games. His career high was his rookie year at 61. But, and then let's take a look at our goalies real quick. Bernier played a ton of those games. The save percentages are deadlocked, 922 to 922. Blackwood only getting the one start. Goals against, Bernier still slightly got the edge. Blackwood gets to 500 with his win, 7-7-1. Bernier still a very solid 23-10-1. So Lindy Ruff leaning on Bernier, 35 starts or 35 games, and Blackwood with 15. So all in all, you know, the month not great, but we're still where you want to be. 4 points behind the Hurricanes for first place. The Capitals didn't have, I guess, a great month either. I think we started tied with them. So we're still on track somehow to make the postseason, but can't afford to have another. Yeah, those things bother me. They need to go away. Oh, there we go. Anyway, yeah, we're still on track, but who knows? Can go off the rails. We got a game against Toronto, who was trying to get into the playoffs. We got Pittsburgh, who's right beneath us in the standings. Chicago's, I think, in the mix. Got Vancouver, Columbus, who played us tough. We got the Rangers, who are in the mix. The Blues, I think, are playing well. The Avalanche are a stacked team. The Jets and the Ducks. So, sorry, in February we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 because of that Olympic break. So the next video might be February and March. I don't know. I'll make that decision. February will probably go rather quickly. But we also have to think about the trade deadline. We only have, I think, those first 3 games to decide, because I think the trade deadline is, I don't know, it's the 24th. So we only have 1 game, and then we have to make decisions. Have to make decisions. Well, if you see this before the next video comes out, let me know in the comments if you think I should be a buyer or a seller. I don't think we should be sellers. We're a young team, unless we traded somebody like Subban on an expiring deal, but he's been helping us and he's part of the reason we're at where we're at. So I don't know if we should sell, but if you think that there's a reason I should, if you have any input, let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, please just give it a like, and if you want to see more, subscribe for sure as we continue on with our first season as general manager of the New Jersey Devils. We will see you at the next video for February schedule and the trading deadline and what we do with our team, and probably some games into March as well. Thanks again for checking this video out, and I will see you next time.